Meeting is called to order, and we have Robert J. Duffy, our former Lieutenant Governor, as the nominee by the Governor, replacing Hank DeWay, whose term has expired. The Governor's term would be 6/30/2023. I would like to start it off. I think everyone knows you, but why don't you indicate to the committee why this appointment is important to you and what you would like to do as a member of the SUNY Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Senator Lavelle. First, to Senator Lavelle and the Senate Committee, I want to, first of all, apologize. I had late notice yesterday. I had a series of events here, including we had 20 visitors from Beijing, China, where I could not leave Rochester. I have great respect for this process, great respect for what you are doing here with the confirmation, and I just wanted to personally apologize for not being there in person, and also thanking you on a very busy day for making this accommodation for me. Very briefly, I'm honored the Governor would nominate me to be on the SUNY Board of Trustees. I'm a SUNY graduate from my very first college experience at Monroe Community College. I'm currently on the Monroe Community College Foundation Board, which I'm not sure there will be a conflict to continue if this confirmation occurs. But in my current role as the President and CEO of the Greater Rochester Chamber of Commerce, one of the key issues I would like to try to hit at 2 points. Higher education drives our economy. I would like to, any way I could, support SUNY, support higher education to be successful. Number 2, to keep our graduates in New York State, keep them in our communities. And number 3, to work very hard at workforce development, because a lot of companies who I represent in the chamber sometimes have difficulties having young people coming out of school and being prepared to work in their companies. So those things are probably 3 of my main priorities, but I don't want to go on too long with an answer, but those are probably my first 3 that would come to mind.
So your day job is what now?
I am the President and CEO of the Greater Rochester Chamber of Commerce. We cover 9-county area, the Finger Lakes region, Rochester being its base, Monroe County, and 8 surrounding counties.
The reason I ask you that is because we have asked of every nominee for both the CUNY Board and the SUNY Board one staple question, and that is, do you see any conflicts with your day job and being on the SUNY Board of Trustees?
Senator, the audio chopped out. Could you repeat that, please, sir?
Yeah. We have asked each nominee for the SUNY Board or the CUNY Board whether there are any conflicts you see or foresee any conflicts with your day job and your SUNY Board position.
Senator, I don't see conflicts. I would be willing, if I'm confirmed by this body, to step away from the Monroe Community College Foundation Board in the event there is a conflict there. But I can assure you that in my duties as a board member for SUNY, if a conflict ever arose, I would recuse myself. And I certainly would err and decide on the side of what is the best interest of SUNY and the SUNY system. But I do not foresee any conflicts at this time with my current job.
Can we maybe move that? No? Okay. Are you hearing me all right?
Oh, we probably can't hold it. He placed it in the middle so that everyone could be potentially heard, but since everyone's going to be also speaking, he could probably...
Now here is Senator very clearly.
Oh, you do? Okay. Senator Rivera, I think we're okay.
There.
I think he...
Now he is.
Okay. Since there is a lot of economic development that goes on between SUNY and regional councils And, by the way, are you on the regional council in your area?
Senator, I'm not on the regional council specifically. I've been asked to serve on a steering committee. I have a 2-year post-employment restriction where I cannot appear before the executive chamber for 2 years, which ends next January 1st. So I am involved in discussions locally with Danny Wegman and Carrasco co-chairs in the steering committee, but not involved in any direct lobbying for projects, state or otherwise.
I think that's something you want to be sensitive about, but you certainly understand what any potential conflict would be. And that's important to the committee. Other questions? Senator Stavisky is our ranking member, and she has a question.
Thank you for your willingness to serve. Let me follow up on one of Senator LaValle's questions. Are you involved at all in any of the SUNY economic issues, whether it be Startup New York or any of the other economic development startup industries involving the SUNY or nanotechnology, for example, campus?
Senator, the one area I'm involved with now is I am chair of the Leadership Council for the AIM Photonics corporate in town, which does have some connection through SUNY Poly, the Defense Department, and a number of universities. I'm a non-voting member of that body, so I don't really have a vote that really carries weight. But one of the expectations is to try and bring companies into the fold to sign up as Tier 1 members. In terms of Startup New York, in my last career, I did certainly speak on that topic on many occasions. I've come across a couple of companies. I don't believe they're members of the Greater Rochester Chamber who are startup companies, but I'm not directly involved in any negotiations or support of those entities at this point. And what would I be if I was approved to serve on a board of trustees?
Thank you, and I must thank you for meeting with folks from Beijing, because I represent a district in Queens County that's about 75% Asian American, and about that number, about 2/3 to 3/4 are from the People's Republic of China or Taiwan. So I recognize the importance of a relationship between either Taiwan or PRC and the United States, and if we can work on that issue, I don't think SUNY is involved at all. I know they have an office in Manhattan, which I have been to, but for the most part, I don't believe there are too many programs involving foreign governments and SUNY directly. So again, I thank you. Wish you luck.
Thank you, Senator. We had there were 20 CEOs and investors. They were here from Beijing. They're looking to invest heavily in New York State. That was one of the reasons I apologized early on, because we hosted an event last night at our George Eastman House Museum, and the Chamber hosted breakfast this morning. I thought it would be disrespectful if I was not there. And that's why, with all the frantic phone calls I had from the governor's office yesterday, I just could not leave. But I do think it's going to bear fruit. I did not see any SUNY leaders in the meetings today. They were meeting with the University of Rochester and the Business Council this afternoon at the U of R campus. I was not involved in that meeting. But again, I would ask this board too, and I'm sure if this process goes through, if I am confirmed, I would want to know specifically, and maybe be given an opportunity to find out what would be a conflict, because I would certainly want to recuse myself, and if I did not know, I would not want one perceived. So I would certainly would be willing to sit and understand very deeply what would be involved, so I'm not in any way embarrassing this body or SUNY be involved in conflict in the future.
There are many officials in Beijing who are educated at SUNY campuses. Surprisingly large number, including one of the top educational officials who received an honorary degree from Stony Brook a number of years ago. So again, I thank you. I don't want to...
Senator Funky.
Thank you, Senator.
Senator Funky.
Governor, thank you for your service to our community as mayor, police chief, and lieutenant governor in our state. Just want to ask about the importance of having an upstate representative on the SUNY Board of Trustees. What that means to you, and if there's anything specific that you think, when you look at the SUNY system, particularly upstate, that you would like to put your fingerprint on, change, improve, or adjust in any other way.
Well, thanks, Senator. I had the pleasure in my last life, serving governor, to go to just about every regional council meeting. Most of those meetings were on SUNY campuses around the state. So I've been on, I can't say I've been on every single one, but I would say the majority I've been on the campus. I am a great fan of the system. As I said earlier, I'm a SUNY grad through Monroe Community College early in my career back in the 70s. I see the opportunities and the affordability it provides men and women across the state. Things that I see about upstate are that they're huge economic drivers. They provide jobs through the educators themselves. They provide a big boost to local economies where the campuses are. They also provide us with some superb graduates when they graduate. I said earlier, one of my passions is to try and keep these young people here. And one of the things that I would offer, I would try to do is, through my job with the chamber and through operating with other chambers, is look for ways that we can better connect graduates or those men and women graduating from SUNY with companies in New York State within our region. I don't believe we have a formalized process for doing that. I think we do lose a lot. I have a daughter who now lives in Chicago, and she followed an opportunity for employment. And so I'm very passionate about trying to keep our kids here. I would look for ways we could enhance those connectivities in the future, look for ways we can enhance the impact it has in upstate. And one last part, I know from being on many of the campuses, a lot of our upstate campuses, Brockport, Geneseo, many others, draw a lot of men and women from Long Island and New York City, the downstate areas. So in many ways, it's a great opportunity to bring those from downstate, upstate, to really see the great benefits of being upstate. I think it does create relationships and appreciation for all parts of New York State.
Thank you.
Anyone else? A question for the governor? Okay. Well, what I do want to do is just go around, have everyone introduce themselves so you know the depth and breadth of the committee in terms of the entire state. So you met Senator Stavisky from Queens, Senator Gallivan, and just keep going.
Senator Croce, Long Island.
Gustavo Rivera, Bronx.
Liz Kruger, Manhattan.
Neil Breslin, Albany. In the House.
Ken Laval, Suffolk.
Rob Ord, Niagara. Rich Funky, Monroe, Ontario.
Patty Ritchie, St. Lawrence.
Hello, Bob. Dave Valesky, Syracuse.
Joe Griffo.
It seems like a break. He doesn't need a place. He's just
I had the pleasure of serving with many of you the last 4 years, so thank you.
Yes. Sue, you want to just?
Oh, Sue Serino, Dutchess County. How are you?
Senator Jim Seward.
Mike Pizzolio, Governor, good to see you.
Okay.
You're feeling better, Senator.
Adriano Espaillat, Manhattan.
Do I have a motion to move the nomination?
I'll make it.
Senator Gallivan moves the nomination, seconded by Senator Ort and Stavisky. Okay, we're going to sign some paperwork. Then the Finance Committee will come in, and you will be on your way to being a SUNY trustee. By the way, there is one other trustee that also serves on a college foundation. So I'm assuming that that has been approved by the SUNY Council. And so we had that one question. So I think you should check with council on it, but I think it's already been approved. And good luck to you.
Thank you. And Senator, if I could, in closing, thank you so much for your accommodations and the entire committee. I just appreciate you, it's a very crazy last day of the session, taking time out of your busy schedules to do this. So I thank you all for doing that.
No problem. Yeah, Senator Breslin.
Over the last 2 days, a number of the nominees are currently in state service or have been in state service, or in the case of a lawyer last night, had represented portions of the education system. And I think permeating a number of them was the possibilities of conflicts. And I wonder if it would be a good idea to have someone, one lawyer who is skilled in that area. We could send letters to each of the nominees, even after their confirmation, to say, if you have any questions that you need answered relative to a potential conflict, please contact Joe Jones, Esquire, of our department to review it. And I think it would obviously cover us, because we're recognizing that a number of the candidates, nominees, are in the area of potential conflicts, and give them the opportunity to address one lawyer who would speak them with one voice.
Thank you. I would be happy to follow through after the process and contact anyone. I do think I would want a tutorial on some things I might not be familiar with to make sure that we are conflict-free at all times. As I said, I would never want to embarrass this body or the SUNY system or myself in the future.
One of the things that I always say is that a person could come on the board, SUNY board, be a Republican or a Democrat, but within 6 months, they're a SUNY trustee. So, but Senator Breslin was raising a question that goes beyond you, as that there's been a lot of nominees who have served in the Cuomo administration. And the second problem has been that, to your point that you made, is that you received notice very, very late, so that you could not accommodate this in your schedule, as a lot of people. So that's an issue that is not of your concern. So you just go on and be a good SUNY trustee.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I do my best to maintain your confidence. I just appreciate your accommodations and your support with this. And I know how important the SUNY system is. And I will do my very, very best to support it in every way that I can.
I'm sure you will. Good luck to you.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Good luck.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I teach you the Chinese?
I don't know where you want to sit. You might want to sit in the middle.
All right. Liz? Yeah. You want to play musical chairs?